For our last personality trait, we have the ESFP.
The performer.
The performer.
Wow. Extroverted.
The extroverted.
Sensing.
Sensing.
Feeling.
Feeling.
Perceiving.
Perceiving.
We're going to be dealing with artists.
Person people.
Extroverted. They're extroverted.
They play extroverted.
Yes, these are people's. So these are guys who are born to entertain. These are people who are on the limelight. That is their life. That's where their juice flows from. Is that they're very ambitious. They will go out there and do whatever needs to be done.
Karibuni watazamaji kwa kipindi chetu cha leo On Fire, and from our previous show we looked at some personalities. I'm not alone in the show today. Kama kawaida, we have Alphie on set here. Karibu.
Asante kama kawaida.
Kama kawaida. For our last personality trait, we have the ESFP.
ESFP, the performer.
The performer.
Wow. Extroverted.
The extroverted.
Sensing.
Sensing.
Feeling.
Feeling.
Perceiving.
Perceiving.
Now, I believe for this particular trait, one thing we're going to realize is that we're going to be dealing with artists. I would call them artists, I believe.
People's a person people.
A person people.
Yes.
Yeah, people who like the limelight.
Yes.
Yeah, nataka aone amulikwe hivi. Yeah, those people when they're in front of the camera, in front of the crowd, they stand out.
They work well with multitudes, with people.
With people. Wow. So basically, and that's why you notice the first characteristic trait is what? Extroverted. They're extroverted.
They play extroverted.
Yes, these are people's people, as we call them. So
people love them.
Yes.
And they love people.
And they love people. Wow.
They're incredibly social and outgoing.
Wow. Social and outgoing. I don't think I can survive there. Anyway. Anyway. So I don't know. First example we are having?
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber. Pop star. At 16 years.
Quite young and achieved at a young age.
Yeah, no, I believe for him, he actually knew what he wanted.
Knew what he wanted.
Yes.
Quite early.
Yes, and like you've said, you see, for this particular personality trait, they're called the performers. So these are guys who are born to entertain. These are people who are on the limelight. That is their life. That's where their juice flows from. And one thing about this particular personality trait that I believe is that they're very ambitious. They're ambitious. They will go out there and do whatever needs to be done.
This one comes, I want to do this, I want to do this.
Yes. And again, something about these people is that they are free-spirited. So, and I believe Justin Bieber actually shows this. Because when you look at his shows, he's actually, when he goes live, he actually owns the audience.
The show.
That I made those mistakes maybe once or twice. If I want to, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know that
owns people there.
And I believe even when you give the other examples, our audience will realize these particular people, they're all the same. When you look at their personality traits, when you look at the person, basically they have the same traits out there. Okay. Anything else you can add on Justin Bieber?
Just what he said one time, that I'm a living proof of dreams can come true.
Wow.
So when you know yourself and you're at it,
go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah, don't stop at nothing. 2020 as we say.
2020 as we say.
Very good.
And atwende kwa Will Smith sasa.
Will Smith. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yes.
Hapo ndo mimi nilimjulia.
As well.
So, yeah, Will Smith.
Also quite achieved.
Yes, he's an actor. He's a rapper.
He's a rapper.
He's a film producer. But the interesting thing about Will Smith that I came to realize when I was looking at his character is that he has multiple personalities.
Yes.
Not the disorder part.
No.
Like you. But he has multiple personalities.
Which we are going to look at
deeply later.
Yes,
so
later.
we will come to that.
We'll come back to him.
But again, like we said, that just like Justin Bieber, he's born to entertain.
Yes.
He lives for the limelight. He's ambitious. He's assertive.
Very.
So basically, that's like we were saying. These people, they're all entertainers.
All entertainers.
They're all entertainers. Wow. And the next example.
Cristiano Ronaldo, our footballer.
A footballer. Wow, Portuguese footballer.
Yeah, Portuguese footballer.
And I believe this time we've gone from entertainment. Okay, he's entertaining because he plays football. I think football for me is also part of an entertainment.
It is.
He's full of energy.
He's full of energy.
He's out there. Same thing, ambitious.
Ambitious.
You know, he's ambitious.
He knew what he wanted to do in life, and that is what he's been doing
all along. And I believe, I think he's one of the most achieved footballers in the world.
He is.
Yeah.
When I was researching about him, I found this, that he is the first footballer and the third sportsman to earn $1 billion in his career.
Wow, $1 billion. You tuna multiply na ngapi?
Hey, times, then get the answer.
Wow. So he's also quite achieved.
He's quite achieved.
That's amazing.
For them saying that he has arrived at such.
Yes.
He's quite achieved.
And again, he actually now shows the particular personality trait, because something you realize about him is that he brings fun and randomness in all situations. And that's why we were saying, when you look at this particular personality, they are free-spirited. They are adventurers. They like going out there and doing their thing. They don't like being contained.
It's like they are risk takers.
Yes, they are.
I want to do that.
Exactly, they are. So basically, I think those are the 3 examples we have for this particular personality trait for the performer.
Yes, those are the 3 examples. And as we said, we'll come back to Will Smith.
We'll come back to Will Smith. That one will come back later, because him is an interesting character. Actually, we need to look at.
We need to look at that.
Right.
Yeah. So if you're an ESFP, continue performing, continue knowing yourself. Yes.
And we'll see you. Basically, we'll see you on a screen somewhere, or a field somewhere, like Cristiano.
Don't get distracted by new things. Just hold on to your goal. We'll see you.
All right.
Shortly. So that sums it all about personality traits. We've looked at, since we started from the last show till now, we've looked at around 6 plus 3.
We've looked at about 9 personalities. We've looked at 9 personalities, yeah.
But there are many outside. There are like 16 of them.
Yeah, there are 16,
each and every person fall in
a particular category. And again, like we said, if you find yourself falling in a number, because you might find yourself falling in more than one personality trait, don't get scared.
Don't get scared.
Yeah.
Find your strength and work with that strength.
Exactly.
So, Alphie, how do I know my personality? Now we've looked at them.
Yes.
We've cited them.
Yes.
And who they are.
Yes.
So how can I, a kawaida person, how can I know my personality?
Well, it's a bit tricky. But I think I'll give the easiest way to look at it. Number 1, look at the choices you make.
Yes.
Look at the choices
you make. The choices you make.
Yes.
Can tell you, this is the path that I follow when I make certain choices.
Exactly. Then look at actions. What are your actions?
Yes.
Yeah. Look at your actions. How do you behave? You know. Then also look at your inner thoughts.
Look at your inner
when
thoughts.
you call yourself to that kamkunji in your brain, you know, look at your inner thoughts. How do you translate whatever is in your brain out here?
And you know, most people are afraid of having a sit down with yourself.
Yeah, most people are scared. Actually, most people don't even know how they can have a sit down with themselves. So actually, they need to learn to have that small sit down.
Have a quiet time.
Yes.
Have quiet time. Sit down with yourself. Get to analyze yourself.
Exactly. Then also look at how you react. What are your reactions? Yeah, what are your reactions?
Situations, to problems.
Yes. What is your stimuli? What triggers you? And then once triggered, how do you react?
How do you react?
Exactly. Then also there's a speech. How do you talk? There are those of us who talk very fast, those of us who talk slowly. So we also look at that. But one thing we need to know from even the 4 or the 5 that we've listed is that when you look at all of them, one thing you need to remember is that for every choice you make, there's a reaction.
There's a reaction.
Yeah, there's a consequence. Yes, there's a result. So whatever you decide to do, whatever action you take, whatever your inner thought is, whatever your reaction is, whatever your speech is, there's going to be a consequence at the end of the day. Yeah. So you can use these 5 to first of all try and narrow down. Yeah, your personality. Okay.
So what you're saying is to know yourself, you have to take a journey. I may call it an inward journey to self.
To self, yes, exactly.
Take a journey to self.
Yes.
want to know who you are,
are.
by analyzing yourself.
Precisely.
These five
the choices, the actions, inner thoughts, reaction, and speech. So look at those, and those should give you an idea of who you are.
Of who you may be.
For instance, do I like hanging out with a crowd, or do I like sitting alone? You know. Okay, well, how do I make my choices? Do I analyze? Do I analyze? Am I quick to react?
To react, yeah.
Exactly. How do I talk? Is it calculated?
Is it calm or composed? Or
exactly. So when you look at all these things, they actually now bring out who you are.
Who you are.
Yes.
So we should not be afraid of ourselves.
Yes.
That's step number one. Take a journey towards yourself, and you know a journey towards yourself.
Exactly.
And sit down and analyze
yourself. Yes.
Yeah. So I believe there's a step 2.
Yes, the step 2. I'm smiling or I'm laughing because step 2. Basically, I believe everybody does this. You can Google.
You can Google. Yes.
There are very many personality. Yes. There are very many personality tests on Google. You can take a personality test. That should also give you a rough idea
of who you are.
Yeah, you can also look at that. And once you've done this, basically once you've done the first 5, where like you've said, we take an inward journey. Then you do the personality test on Google. Compare the 2 results. Compare the 2 results. Once you've looked at both, now that should actually give you a very good idea
of who you are, where you are at.
Exactly. Yeah. And then I believe there's a third step.
Yeah. After you've done that, you've known yourself. I believe, be authentic.
Be original.
Be original.
And one thing I think our audience, I don't know if they've picked this, but if they look at all the people, the examples we've given, all these people have been original.
They're original people.
All these people, they had goals, and they focused on those particular goals.
And one thing I've also seen that is standing out to these people is that they are people, or the examples that you've cited, they saw a problem.
Yes.
They sat down and seen how they would attack the problem.
Exactly.
And attacked the problem.
Yes.
And got a solution.
A solution to the problem. Exactly. Very true. So number 1, you need to be authentic. Be original.
Be original.
Yes.
And also, I believe we should tell our audience, have self-control.
Very important. Very important, because when you look at I'll use Martin Luther King again as an example, or even Nelson Mandela. These people faced situations that were very critical, very serious. Nelson Mandela served 27 years in jail. It took a lot of self-control for him to come out and not revenge. It's true. Because he had the chance. He became the president. He had the chance to revenge. But he took a lot of self-control. He pulled back and he was like, I've been in prison. Whatever has happened in prison, I'm leaving it behind there.
Just like Martin Luther Jr., just like Jomo Kenyatta.
Exactly. You know, so we need to exercise a lot of self-control.
Control your emotions. If you realize you're in a category where emotions are standing out, get a way to know how to control your emotions.
Exactly.
Have self-control.
Yes.
So that you'll be able to make logical decisions that stand out.
Exactly. Very true. And then number 3, we have purpose.
Have a goal.
Yes. What is your goal in life?
What is your goal in life? What is this thing that motivates you to wake up in the morning?
Exactly. Look, again, I'll go back to the examples. Justin Bieber, 16 years.
He knew his goal. He knew himself, and this is what I want to do in life.
But something else about Justin Bieber. By 16, he started singing, but it took him 2 years to make it. So at least for him, it was a short while. Morgan Freeman has been acting 50 years. It has taken him 50 years, literally, to stand out. So have a purpose and pursue that goal.
It doesn't matter what comes in your way, in between.
Yes.
It doesn't matter how it looks like it's dragging itself.
Yes.
Stick it to your goal.
Yes.
Like you said, be authentic, be original.
Be original.
Your goal is your original thing to do.
Exactly.
Stick to it.
Yes.
And I believe, get a legacy. But at the end of it all,
what will we remember you for?
Yes.
Martin Luther, he was a civil rights activist. Nelson Mandela played for change. Morgan Freeman. You know, so everybody, all these people, when you look at them, they're leaving something behind. Look at Mother Teresa. They've all left something. There's a legacy behind.
Queen Elizabeth.
Exactly. So even for our audience, what at the end of the day, what legacy are you leaving behind?
What are we leaving behind? And we can only leave a legacy behind if in the very beginning, you have known yourself.
Known yourself.
You cannot give out what you don't have.
Yes. You have to know who you are.
Who you are.
Then you can go for the goal that you have set out.
And then the legacy will remain.
Very true.
Very true. This was awesome.
This was great. I hope our audience have learned something.
I hope so.
Yeah.
And please comment.
Comment.
Tell us.
Tell us. Maybe something you want us to do. Maybe something you want us to discuss.
Yes.
Please get in touch with us. Make sure you leave a comment behind there.
We are looking out. We are watching to see your comments.
Yes.
We are eager to see. Yes.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe. Please subscribe.
Fyetuka TV.
On fire.
On fire with Tabby. Today I'm ending the show.
Yes. With yours, Tabby.
Yes. Alphie as usual. It was nice having you.
Baraka.